Hey everyone, it's Jordan. Today I'll be having my TBR prom cards pick my TBR for April. So I did this back in January and I thought it was a lot of fun, but there's going to be some prompts I haven't completed just because during that month I was close to the end of my pregnancy and my son's finally born, so I was trying to get the hang of things of reading again, so I didn't read as much, but I'm going to reflect on what books and which prompts that I completed for January and February. So yeah, let's get to the prompts I completed. So for the prompt, animal on the cover, instead of the one that I picked for January, I picked A Study in Trees and by Leonard Goldberg. So yeah, there's obviously birds on the cover, so I completed that prompt. I used this book to complete that prompt. And for Book Talk book, I picked What the River Knows by Isabel and Benes. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the author's last name, but I completed that prompt as well. So for random page number, I picked Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. I started this either January or February. I can't remember on top of my head, but I'm on page 214, and as of filming today, it's March 26th, and I'm gonna be finishing this today. Hopefully, if not, I'm gonna be finishing this tomorrow. And for audiobook, instead of the book that I picked for that, I picked Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez, and I completed that for this prompt. So for 6 out of 10 prompts I picked for January and rolled over to February, I'm going to be putting this back in the deck, so I'll be shuffling these cards back in the deck. So for this month, I'm going to be drawing 5 cards from this deck for this month, just because for the twist for this month, I decided to make myself a little genre wheel here, so I'm going to be picking 5 out of here and then spend 5 times from the genre wheel, just because I want to make it more fun and interesting for this video. And I put adult and middle grade on here, even though they're not specific genres, but they're age groups that I don't usually gravitate towards, so I'm definitely going to be spending I added those to make it more interesting. But yeah, I'm going to be drawing the 5 cards from this deck first, so let's get to the TBR. So the first prompt is, oh, short read, perfect. I got a perfect library book that'll be fit for that. So short read for me is a book that is under 250 pages, and the book that I picked for this is Shonen Notes by Yuki Kamadi. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's last name, but I grabbed this from my library because it caught my eye and it looks very interesting to me. I really like the cover, but all I know about this book is about a boy who's trying to play talent or something, like trying to show his talent or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but the title just grabbed my interest mostly, and I know it relates to music from what the font that they chose for this. So yeah, and it's under 250 pages, so I am really excited to have a library book onto my TBR, because I do have a few library books on my TBR that I want to get to, so this is definitely perfect for that. So for the next card is, of course, big book, over 500 pages. I'm gonna see what book would fit for that. I'm gonna start off with the shelves on my bed and my TBR card and see which books are over 500 pages, but let me go check. So the book that I picked for a big book, this was on my TBR for March and I did not get to it, which is The Evil Queen by Gina Showalter, and all I know about it is a Snow White retelling, and that's pretty much all I know about it, and it's a little bit of origin story for the Evil Queen, so that's pretty much what I know about it. This has been on my TBR for at least over 5 years at this point, and I don't know, and I honestly feel bad because I know that my parents gifted it to me, but they know that a lot of times my reading taste has changed, or some books have lost my interest, and I know this is close to the ones that I've lost interest over time, but right now I'm going to be giving it a chance. So yeah, I am excited, but now I'm also scared to read this, even though it looks like a 400-page book, but it's over 500 pages. So yeah, I'm going to be using this book for big book. Next prompt is rep for representation. So like LGBTQ plus mental health and people of color. Let me think. I might give a minute because I don't know what book I want to pick for that, so just give me 1 second. So representation I picked is Such in Color of After by Emily X.R. Penn. I know this has been on multiple TBRs, and I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and this is also almost 500 pages, but that one count for the big book prompt. But all I know about it is about a girl who's lost her mom through suicide, and then she went to Taiwan to meet her grandparents that she never met, and she believes that her mom turned into a crane, and that's all I know about it. I've heard nothing but good things about it when this book came out, and I know she wrote another book that's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling for what I've heard, and yeah, I've been wanting to try this book for a long time. This has also been on my bookshelves for a long time, so I do hope to read at some point, just because I want to read this first before Rain, the book that just came out that she wrote like either last year or 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna be picking this book for this prompt. For the fourth prompt, let's see. Oh, a book with a map. Okay, that seems easy. I don't have many books that have maps in it, but I'm gonna go look because all I can think of is fantasy, and I know a lot of fantasy books have maps in it, but let me go check. So the book that I picked with a map in it is A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova, and if you don't see, it does have a map in it. Let me get you the map. Hold on. I know there's a map in here. So yeah, and all I know about it, this is a fantasy romance between a human girl and the Elf King, and she was like forced to be her human queen. I'm not quite sure. I know that I've heard mixed things about it, but I do want to give this a try because I know I've been wanting to read fantasy romance lately, and this was also on my March TBR that I didn't get to. So yeah, I got like two contemporaries and 2 fantasies so far. So thankfully I got a genre that fit in between fantasy. I do like fantasy, but a lot of times I don't read a lot of fantasy when I just don't like it. I just don't want to get stuck of it and get in a reading slump, but I do want to give this a try because I really love this cover, and I know that in the series there are companion novels, and I'm curious about the others too. So yeah, hopefully I'll end up enjoying this one so I can continue on with this series. Okay, last card before the genre wheel. Oh! Oh, of course. +1, which means I gotta add 1 book to the TBR. So instead of 5, I gotta pick 6, and then I had to read 11 books. So, okay, of course. So yeah, there's that. So now the next prompt, hopefully it's not another +1. Okay. Oh, Goodreads pick. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grab my computer and pick a book from there, and like I usually go on to Goodreads. I go to my want to read list and randomize it, and whatever book comes up first will be added to my TBR. I probably won't be able to record the screen because I don't have my laptop with me. I'm just gonna be pausing here so I can get this, and then I'll let you guys know what Goodreads picks for this. Sorry if the angle changed a bit. I don't know why I thought I ran into my tripod, but I didn't. But I went onto Goodreads, and thankfully it's one of the books that are my prioritize my priority list on my card or on my bookshelves, which is After the Forest by Cal Woods. This is supposed to be like a Hansel and Gretel retelling, and it's a adult fantasy that I honestly bought because they still haven't have in stock from Alcrate, and I just love this cover more than the original cover, and yeah, I am really excited to try this out because, like I said, I really love this cover, and hopefully I end up enjoying it because there's not a lot of Hansel and Gretel retellings anyway. So yeah, I'm very happy that I got this on my TBR thanks to Goodreads. Okay, so now the actual final prompt. Read a book from another booktuber's TBR. Oh man, I was not prepared for this one. I might have to watch other people's like previous TBRs for March and then figure out from and there. So I might again pause you right here and take a look at people's previous TBRs for March and figure out from there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so just like in January when I first started this, I can veto at least 2 prompts, even though I was going to veto 1, but I end up vetoing 2 prompts. And I'm going to veto this prompt just because there's some a lot of people's the books on everybody's March's TBR was books that I don't own, but I do want to read eventually, but I'm not willing to go to the library for some of them, and I'm sad to veto this prompt, but I wasn't very prepared for this one, so I'm going to veto this one, and I'm going to draw a new one. So let's see if this will be better. Oh, retelling, perfect. So I can pick a book off of my TBR that is a retelling, so I know which book that I want to pick for this one. So the book that I picked for this one is The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. This is the second book in the Kingdoms of Sand and Sky series, which the first book is The Princess Will Save You, which is a retelling of the Princess Bride, instead of having Wesley save Buttercup, and that one, that's not their names, I'm just using as an example. Buttercup saves Wesley, and I love it, that book so much, and I've been trying to continue on with the series because I know the third book came out a few years ago, and I still haven't picked up this the second book for some odd reason. So yeah, I'm gonna be for sure picking up this one because I've been trying to catch up on sequels on my TBR lately, and I'm very behind on them. And I'll be doing a video where how many, like, which sequels are on my TBR. So in a future video, but I want to try to prioritize this one so I can get the third book and finish the trilogy because I do like Sarah Henning's writing. So now on the 5 spins for my genre wheel. So for the first spin, fantasy. Of course it's fantasy. Let me think for this one. I'll get right back to you. So for my fantasy pick, and since I want to catch up on sequels, and this one I'm going to try and finish a series, which is a Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the final book in the Cursebreaker series. If you haven't read the first book is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, where a girl from our world has been teleported to a fantasy world where the Beast has to find a bride before the autumn is over. I'm trying to remember on top of my head. I know I love the first book so much. The second book, I was a little iffy about it because you follow a different character instead of like the 2 main characters from the first book, but hopefully finishing up the trilogy will give me high hopes for it. But yeah, I'm excited to finish this series, so hopefully I'll actually finish it because, like I said, I'm trying to catch up on sequels right now. Okay, so for the next spin, sci-fi. Oh man, sci-fi, that one's tough just because I haven't been reading a lot of sci-fi lately, and I honestly don't know if there's any sci-fi on my TBR at the moment, but I'm gonna go check. If not, I'll probably use my roll to pick, with the spins I would just veto this prompts, but let me go check. So I actually have one sci-fi on my TBR card, and it's another series that I want to finish hopefully, which is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is a last book in the Illuminate files, and I'm trying to remember. I only remember a little bit of the series, but all I remember from the first book is that the 2 people that were a couple, but they broken up, but they were on a mission or something like that. And yeah, this is really thick, but it's supposed to be quick to read. I've been reading it on audiobook, and it was pretty quick anyway, so I'm hoping to get this done just to cross off another sequel off of my TBR. Okay, so 3 more spins. This is the third spin. Mystery, okay. I honestly not mad about that. Mysteries usually tend to help me get out of a reading slump anyway, so let me see what mysteries that a mystery book that I want to read at the moment. So the mystery book that I picked is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. Oh my goodness! And I've had so many Agatha Christie books on my TBR that well, I have a few, but I know there's a lot that I want to read because I love her books so much, and I'm not going to go into it too much because I like going to mysteries blind, and all I know is this is another Hercule Poirot mysteries, and I'm just really excited to read this one. I know Murder on Orient Express is still my favorite of Agatha Christie books I've read, and I know there's some that I still haven't read yet, but yeah, I'm excited to pick this up because mysteries tend to help me get out of a rain slump, but I know sometimes my rain slumps are on purpose, but I'm really excited to pick this up either way. Okay, now for our fourth genre spin. Another fantasy, of course. Okay, I am gonna see what another fantasy book that I want to read. So this is another book that's been on my multiple TBRs, but I haven't gotten to it, which is Lake's Edge by Lindell Clipstone. This is a book about a girl whose brother that ends up doing black magic, and that's pretty much all I know about it, but I just love this cover because it reminds me of the Haunted Mansion right at Disney, and but I still haven't picked this up. Like, I know I've read it and DNF'd it, and I know I liked what I've read so far. Hopefully I'll actually pick this up and finish it to see what I think about it, because I know it's a duology, so I do hope to pick this up sooner than later at this point. Okay, so for the last genre spin. Another sci-fi. Okay, I'm gonna veto this because I don't have a lot of sci-fi, so so far I got two fantasies, sci-fi, and mystery. I'm just gonna shuffle this and hopefully I get a different result, so here we go. Fantasy. Okay, I am just gonna spin one more time. I'm just not gonna have too much fantasy on my TBR just because I'm want something different. I want romance or another genre. Another mystery. Okay, I can't complain about that because, like I said, I like mysteries, so let me see which mystery I want to read. Okay, so the mystery book that I got on my TBR is a cozy mystery one, which is Clamped Up by Barbara Ross, and I don't know much about it because, like I said, I usually like going to a lot of mysteries blind, but all I know is this is a small town in New England, and our main character has a struggling with her clam bake business, and then of course there's a murder that happens in her town. So that's all I know about it. I've been going interested in cozy mysteries lately. I know I could have picked the cozy mystery books that I have a sequel to that I want to get to, but for right now this one has caught my eye lately just because of the title. So yeah, that's the one mystery book I'm gonna pick. So these are the 11 books that I have on my April TBR. I am not gonna try to read all of these just because I'm a mood reader and I like having a big selection. So yeah, this was fun doing something different with my TBR prompts and do a wheel on top of that that's genre specific. So yeah, I am really excited about my TBR either way. So that's all for my April TBR. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you've picked for April because I would like to know. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!